Okay, thank you. Let's move on to the next question. Answer to Assembly Member Twycross.
Thanks.
Retrial poverty.
Yeah, Fiona, listen, there's, the reality is at the moment there are no specific statistics for child poverty that are collected by the GLA that I've been able to find. But what we're committed to doing is bringing the whole of London, all London families out of poverty if we possibly can. And the most effective way of doing that is to raise the number in employment, get families into work. The number of families, of parents in employment has gone up by about 250,000 since 2008. The claimant count is now down to less than 2%. The London living wage has helped about 30,000 low-income Londoners. And there are all sorts of ways in which, yes, we still have a massive problem of deprivation in some parts of London, but in many ways it is the growth in the economy, the improvement in schools is helping. And the figures that I've seen suggest that the crucial driver of that is, as I say, is employment. That's the most important thing.
While I don't disagree with you on that, I just think that it's slightly complacent to assume this is going to happen without actually having a focus on child poverty. And I know my colleague Joe's previously asked about a child poverty strategy. I've sort of asked about it in the past as well. And I just wondered whether you would reconsider this in light of new figures from the Fabian Society, which forecasted that child poverty is expected to rise nationally from 2.5 million children to 4.4 million by 2030. And as you'll be aware, London already has the highest rates of child poverty, with an estimated 4 out of every 10 children living in poverty, with that being considerably higher in central London.
I mean, the thing is,
will you commit in this last stage of your mayoralty to actually look at what the mayor can do and come up with some solutions to tackling it, beyond simply saying that we need to get people into work and we need them to earn more? Because as we've debated, the numbers being paid the living wage is simply not rising.
That. I accept that. Well, the numbers are rising, but the trouble is that the proportion isn't rising because the numbers in employment are rising.
No, there's 1 million people. There's around 1 million people not paid the London living wage now. It's gone up. The proportion and the actual numbers who aren't paid the living wage has gone up under your mayoralty. We've had this debate several times.
Yes, but you didn't put it quite the right way right. The numbers who are paid it have risen considerably.
Well, can we talk about child poverty? Because this is the essence of this question.
Yeah.
So, will you commit to publishing or looking into what the mayor can do, the mayor's powers into specifically tackling and measuring child poverty in London?
There's lots of things that we can do that go beyond just driving the economy and helping to improve school. For instance, the programmes that we've been doing to get kids a proper breakfast in schools, to make sure that we tackle homes that are inadequately heated, that people know their rights about heating, all those sorts of things. And I think that the protection for Londoners of free travel for children has been really very, very important for this city. So there are things that we have, specific things that we have done that are targeted at child poverty. And the figures I saw showed, I think since 2008, 400,000 Londoners have actually been lifted out of poverty. Though I totally accept, Fiona, you cannot be complacent about this. And this is a very, very rich city in which the gap between rich and poor has grown too big.
It's great for you to say that we can't be complacent about it, but there's a slight lack of coordinated strategy from your end, which indicates that even if you haven't been complacent about it, you haven't been as proactive as you could. And while some of the measures you've indicated are valuable, and I value the rise in the number of children who are given breakfast in the morning, this is still relatively small proportions of those children who are who would need it. And the Fabian's forecast is based on decisions made and policies proposed by the government since the general election. and the biggest influencing aspect of which will be the welfare changes. And I'm aware you recently commissioned GLA Economics to produce an analysis of welfare reforms in London that have been proposed since the general election, and I wondered whether you were going to publish this or whether you would send me that analysis.
Well, the welfare changes, as you will recall,
GLA Economics is working on or has produced something.
But if you recall, in the comprehensive spending review, the Chancellor announced that he was withdrawing those changes.
Well, he's changing how they're introduced. The overall level of cuts is still going to be the same. And GLA Economics is apparently working on analysis of welfare reforms that have been proposed.
As far as I know...
Will you send me that analysis?
The GLA Economics, I think, was looking at what the implications of what was proposed in the budget, but that was fundamentally reversed by the CSR.
Can you look into it? And if it's about the stuff that's happening post-CSR, will you send me the analysis?
My memory of it was that this was about the changes to tax credits that were announced in the budget, and you will appreciate that those changes are no longer operative.
Okay, thank you.